welcome to the Big Arsenal discussion. I'm your host Giles, and joining me on today's show Amanda and Robbie, and also special guest Claude. Alright, it's Wenger's birthday, depending on which day this goes out.
Happy birthday, Mr. Wenger.
Happy birthday, one Arsene Wenger. I want to ask you all, I'm going to start with you, Robbie, your best 11 Arsene Wenger signings.
I've got a list here.
You've got a list.
Because you said to me before the show...
Could you use your original list, please?
Yeah, there was one minor adjustment I made to this list.
Yeah, we'll wonder which minor adjustment it was.
You see what she's like, you know, that's what she's like now, right? You know what I mean? I had missed that player off and I'll come to him, but... right, here's my 11. Thierry Henry, obviously, probably his best ever signing.
Yeah.
And before people say Bergkamp, remember, Bergkamp wasn't signed by... Wenger. But Thierry Henry, Cesc Fabregas, because who was Cesc Fabregas before he signed him? Signed him, you know, bought him from Barcelona. Van Persie, did anyone know who Robbie Van Persie was before Wenger signed him? He became a world-class player.
Can we boo or not?
Sol Campbell.
Yeah.
Robert Pires.
Oh, Bobby.
What, these signings were amazing.
Yeah.
Nicolas Anelka. No one knew
Without
who he
Anelka,
was.
there'd be no Henry.
Yeah. Mark Overmars.
Yeah.
That was I just love watching him play. Patrick Vieira.
Oh.
Who knew who Patrick Vieira was before he signed him? Alexis Sanchez, I'm bringing it back to modern day now. He's been absolute revelation. You know, yes, he did come with a rep before, but I think he's turned into an even better player since he's been at Arsenal. Petr Cech, I know he's only just come, but I think he's going to be amongst Wenger's best signings, because definitely the best goalkeeper he's ever signed anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's not got a good track record with goalkeepers. And Amanda did remind me that I'd forgotten this player, and I am going to put him in, even though he probably still has not delivered the best, but Mesut Ozil has to be in there, because I think Ozil, not only because he's such an amazing player with his assists and stuff like that, but also it was like a game-changing signing, because we also gone through a period of many of Wenger's worst signings, like Gervinho and Denilson and people like this, and then
Andres Santos.
Santos. And it's almost like Wenger got a bit of dough, the cash came through to him, and he was able to then step it back up. And that's why I think Mesut Ozil was such a significant signing.
Who did you put in there before?
Who was his
Before that, I put Aaron Ramsey. And
your reasons for?
The reasons for, because I love Aaron Ramsey as a player. I think he's done really well for Arsenal. Yes, I think he'd be a better player if he hadn't got that leg break. But he's been a consistent performer for Arsenal. He could have went to Man United. He chose to come to us. Let's not forget, right? We hadn't won nothing for how many years? Who scored the winning goal in that cup final?
2014 was
Aaron Ramsey, right? I love Rambo. He's a great player, and he was in the list. And you know, yeah, I'm putting Ozil in there because he's such a significant signing. But Ramsey, again, I think is another fantastic signing.
on your bench.
On my bench. I'll get into the bench later. I want to leave these. I want to hear what these guys have got to say.
Claude. Well, I've gone as a team, yeah, because I've gone the goalkeeper. I've gone Petr Cech. I've gone Lauren for the right
Just
back.
going to say Lauren. I was
For
just
the
going to
right
say
back.
Lauren. You've nicked him.
But Bellingham's got a shout in there.
We're talking about signings, yeah. So then I've gone left back. I've gone Monreal because that's we're going by signing. Sol Campbell and Laurent Koscielny at the centre halves.
I thought Lauren,
And I've gone for Petit and Vieira. Bergkamp in front of
He
them.
didn't sign Bergkamp.
Didn't sign Bergkamp.
He didn't sign Bergkamp.
He didn't sign
Lewis
Bergkamp.
Rioch and David Dean signed
All right,
Bergkamp.
so I'll take Mesut Ozil then. Mesut Ozil. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I know I'm right.
Caught me out there. Sorry, so now I'll go Mesut Ozil, and I've gone Alexis, Pires, and Henry down the middle.
Okay, so I'm going to do it like that.
Go on then.
But it's funny, the one they've missed, so Petr Cech definitely, Lauren was in my team, definitely Sol Campbell.
I was thinking of Koscielny, and Monreal, even though I slated him for about 6 months. Gilberto.
Exactly. That's
He's one of the most important players that we've ever had. Understated.
Yep.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Under everything.
Undervalued.
Undervalued. Under the radar. He has to be one of the.
Yeah, but they've gone through it. Listen, hold on. They've gone through it in like a formation. I just think.
No, I haven't, because I'm just looking
gone
at
11.
it,
But yeah, you're right, Gilberto.
To be fair, Vieira, of course. I mean, you could go on. Perez, I don't even know where I am, but let's just start. Perez, but then it would be Overmars, Ozil, Henry. I don't know how many I've done, but
That's 12.
I don't care. I can have more.
Oh, by the way, can you edit that bit out about Bergkamp?
Go on.
So, Gilberto, you know, you have to realise what he brought to us as well. But also, when you were saying about Vieira, Petit came straight to my mind, which is what Claude said. When you think about what Wenger has signed, and also, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to the other players, the Senderos, the Stepanovs of this world, you know.
Tabloids.
Every bad one he's signed, he's probably signed 2 good ones, you know. Also for me, Ozil, but how can I leave Sanchez out? You got Perez, you got Overmars. I mean, we've had a plethora of talent, right? But Gilberto was the one straight away before they even said their list. I thought Gilberto, they'll be on their list. No one mentioned him, and it's weird because he's not the creative, was he?
No.
He was
the wall, the invisible wall.
He
The
was.
invisible wall.
He just was for
Invisible
us.
to these
And
guys.
people didn't appreciate him until he
Well,
left.
when you've got Vieira and Petit, it's hard to put everyone.
Of course he is, but Anelka again would have been him. You can't have 11.
Yeah,
Can't have 11.
for me,
Can't have 11.
I can't disagree with Czech.
You can't?
Can't disagree with
No.
Czech. No. Lauren, you know, Koscielny and Bergkamp. Not Bergkamp, sorry.
Bergkamp again. Look, here we go.
These two are going to learn about football.
And then I haven't gone with a left back. I've gone for a 5 man.
Well, that's the only thing, because all the others were already.
Gibbs
Cole was
came through.
already there.
Cole came through, yeah.
I think Monreal's been fantastic, but
I don't
it's
rate
not one of my best 11 signings.
No.
I'd have to go with.
Yeah, but yeah,
I'd have to go with.
I was doing it as a team.
No,
you know?
I understand that. Gilberto, Vieira, yeah. I've gone with Overmars because I think if he'd have stayed, he would have been an absolute legend.
Yeah. He
Went
was
too
world
soon.
class.
Went too soon. Perez,
Ozil.
Henry, Sanchez. I think that's 5 across my midfield. And
The problem, you know,
I've got 2 up front.
he signed Theo
What's
as
Anelka?
well. He signed
Anelka, yeah, that's it. Anelka, because I said because of what meant his leaving meant that we could get Thierry Henry.
You know,
he
the
probably
thing-
would have stayed. He probably would have.
Anelka,
You know,
was,
sort of-
Anelka was on fire when he
Yeah.
left. I was devastated when he left. But
Yeah.
apparently, you know, he was a young kid with people
Influences,
surrounded.
yeah.
That's what we were told. He also read some forum sites that apparently I read this quote from him that fans were saying he'll never be in right, and he took it to heart. I mean, wish he'd have spoken to me because I loved him, you know, and he was on fire. And I mean, one of the worst things I've seen as an Arsenal fan is when Perez got injured. I actually cried. I've never cried at football, apart from the Stade de France that night. But I was devastated for Perez because he is.
He was just coming
Look
into
what
it,
we've
wasn't he?
watched in 16 years. Think about that. As much as I would like Wenger to go on a high next season, I'm ready for it. We have to appreciate everything that man's done for us.
And I've heard people say before that he hasn't. Yeah, what signings he made? And I'm like,
Oh, my
when you
life.
start going through that list, you just
He
realise how.
turned Thierry Henry into Thierry Henry. Who
Yeah.
was he when he came to us? Winger.
Yeah. Well, you know, look at this list. Who was Fabregas? You know, who was Anelka? You know, who
God,
was
Fabregas
even
as well.
Perez? Who was Perez?
Hold on, we haven't mentioned, you know, like Nasri. He was a great player.
Yeah,
that he signed.
Nasri, Robin van Persie. Who was
Yeah.
he when he came? I remember when he was introduced. They'd
Number
be like,
one,
who's he?
unfortunate for injuries, is Thomas Rosicky.
Yeah.
But
How good he could have been, we don't know. He
Yeah.
would have been.
And the
Shamak.
common denominator.
And the unfortunate,
No, not
I
Shamak.
think-
Oh, okay.
not signed.
Shamak.
Dave now?
You went and
Let me
spoiled
tell
him.
you, one other that you've forgotten that was very important to us was a bit like the Gilberto, was Wiltord. Wiltord scored some very
Yeah, Wiltord was a
important
great
goals
team
for
player.
I don't
us.
think it was on my best signing.
No,
I just-
okay, But he's on the fringe. He's the Nasri sort of fringe player.
The common denominator.
You know what?
I liked Will
I've got a lot of
Thomas.
respect for these players. Even they all contribute. I remember you remember the year we won the '98. Christopher Wright. They all made big
Colo
contributions.
Torre.
Yes,
Colo.
It was a good signing.
How could we leave Colo out?
Listen. The common denominator with the majority of those signings is that Wenger never paid no mega money for these guys.
for the most.
It's not like you'd look at Man City now and you'd say, "Oh, fantastic
Apart
signing,
from
Kevin
Sanchez
De
and
Bruyne."
Ozil.
Kevin De Bruyne, a fantastic signing, but yeah, he cost 50 odd million. You bought it like an instant player that more or less you know what you know. He's brought in these guys that nobody really knew who a lot of them were before. They were sort of, and he's improved them and he's made them into absolute world-class players. And you know, I think with Wenger, we're never really going to fully appreciate him till the day when he does walk through that door. That's when we're going to be like,
Gilberto, innit?
"Hey, hold
It's
on,
the same
man."
thing.
I'm afraid miserable sods like me are always going to be miserable, but I mean, you can't help that, you know. But I do appreciate what he has done.
Yeah, I mean, when you read lists like that, though, you do. I'd say the only thing with Arsene Wenger, right, up until this season, his goalkeeper signings.
Lehman was good.
Yeah,
Lehman
Lehman, actually,
signings.
to be fair,
Lehman was very good.
But some of the others,
He
the
brought that kind of-
Almunias and people like that, and then
But there wasn't many
also
around
in defence
for-
as well.
There
I
wasn't
think he's improving on signing defenders as well because
Gabriel's
I like.
good,
You know, Koscielny's been a good. You know, before that he had what was it, Sigan? Remember him?
Stepping on. Should we do our worst 11?
I was just about to say the worst 11. Could you get a worse?
No, let's
that's
not
his
do that.
birthday.
No, let's not do that.
What we will do though is I'm going to ask you, what was his worst moment?
His worst moment. For me, the worst moment for me watching was the St James's Park, 4-0 up at half time.
I don't think you can have one worst moment. I think there's a few.
Yeah, there's a few, but that
Worst
one
moment.
really stuck to me.
Hold on.
4-0 up
Yeah.
at half
What about
time.
4-2 Tottenham at
Oh,
Highbury
gosh.
Yeah.
at the Emirates? I mean,
I think
I
to
actually
be
did talk
4-0
after
up
that.
at half time.
Yeah,
Still
and we-
Let's
we got
Tottenham
to-
for me was probably worse because it's Tottenham.
Getting to me, the worst one without doubt is that 6-0 away at Chelsea.
Hold on.
Oh,
Eight
it was
to
Man
8-2 at
United.
Man
One
United.
1,000th game.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I
8-2.
forgot
Yeah.
that. No, hold on, rewind.
I think one
That
of
is
the saddest
That was
moments.
the
No.
saddest. That was the
No,
But you
not
know
the-
what?
not
That
the-
one, there was loads of injuries. There was players that never
Yeah,
played
but that,
before.
exactly. I can't.
But the Chelsea one,
Humiliated. No, I think 8-2
The Chelsea one was 6
1,000th game.
because we lost
Yeah.
a player and we lost a player at 3-0 and we're going to have to go. You've got 10 men.
Can I just say one of the saddest moments for me was at the Stade de France
Yeah,
when he
Champions
had
League
to
final.
take off. Who did he take off?
Perez, yeah.
Because Lehman did what Lehman did, and that was what. How many minutes was
Goalkeeper
that
signing
in?
again.
It was in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I mean, you know, we had a chance of winning that if we would have.
I
kept
don't
it.
blame him for that. I blame
No.
Thierry Henry straight through
Yes,
and goal.
I know, but
Should
not.
bury that.
Listen, I
He
didn't
would
say
bury that
blame.
one.
I didn't say blame. Saddest for me watching that and being there as well for one of the. I've never even been to Europe away ever. It's the only one game I've ever been
I
to.
was there as well, and it was
It was
heartbreaking.
heartbreaking
That's it.
because to watch Perez limp off that pitch like he would have taken the game by the scruff of
I'll
the
tell you
neck.
one of the
Was-
worst
did
moments
his-
I felt. The cup final when we lost to Liverpool.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, that was a smashing
Even
crowd,
Liverpool
wasn't it?
fans
Yeah.
come up to me and said, "You didn't deserve to lose
Sanchez
that."
on the line, not Sanchez. What's his name? Henschel's on the line.
Henschel,
yeah.
Handballed.
We absolutely murdered them.
I
We
tell you,
did.
yeah, I tell you, I remember when we lost 8-2 to Man United. I think Alex Ferguson said something like he felt a bit for Wenger. Like it was like it was getting a bit humiliating. But I tell you, even earlier than that was a 6-1 against Man United. We went up to Old Trafford, and he
We've
was
had a
playing-
few of those.
Yeah, you've raised it from your memory.
6-1?
Yeah, 6-1 was it 2001 or something?
Oh, God.
Yeah, we've had a
Can't
few.
remember last
We've
week.
been smashed a few times.
We have, but he's also had some amazing.
say,
Come on, the
what would
double
be your-
and the cup
yeah.
final, all
Invincible season.
beating
Yeah.
Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
I mean, and if flipping Bentner would have stuck his foot out in the Nou Camp, we would have beaten Barcelona. We'd have been through.
Yeah.
You know, so
Just,
he's had some amazing times. I mean,
And he's
that man's
he's
going to leave a
always
legacy.
going to have the fact that he went a whole season unbeaten
Yeah.
Oh,
in
the
the Premier
Invincibles,
League,
of
and
course.
then nobody has got that gold Premier League cup that
trophy,
we've
yeah.
got, and the man's a legend.
The most
Remember the season
best,
before?
Best
Remember-
game I think we played. You talk about great games. Winning 5-1 in the San Siro.
Oh God!
Yeah, Thierry
I was
Henry.
thinking about that. The moments when you go
What
back to when we
amazing
think of
performance.
Bayern Munich, what are the great European nights or the great nights under his
God,
tenure?
it has
You've
been
got-
San Siro.
San Siro's got to be up. there.
5-1.
Real
Madrid.
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 1-0, was it 1-0?
Yeah,
Bernabeu.
Madrid at the
That was
Bernabeu.
Thierry Henry.
You know what? It's been quite a few times that we've overturned sort of records where people are like, no English team's ever gone there and done that.
This one this
No
week.
English teams,
will
have,
be.
you know. So
I'll tell you another one was when we beat AC Milan over there with Fabregas. Remember?
yeah,
He's hit it from outside the area and that.
yes, yes.
That was a beautiful.
To me, that year, the invincible year, we should have won the Champions League that year. But we put so much into that FA Cup semi-final before Old Trafford.
Yeah.
We've beaten Chelsea in the league twice. We beat them in the FA Cup,
Oh, hold on.
and we
Sorry, go on. Claude.
and we
Just
went
something.
and we went into that game against Chelsea, and we looked. The first half we was okay, but the second half we were gone, finished.
Empty,
And because we put so much into that semi-final,
which we lost.
Man United.
What year did Man United win the treble?
99.
Right, for me,
Oh.
Ryan Giggs.
Oh no! Don't
That
remind me.
is the most saddest moment and the most. I was distraught.
I never actually
I
watched that
think
goal again, but I always
Bergkamp
keep
missing the
thinking.
penalty.
Yeah.
I
Vieira.
actually predicted they'd win the treble about 2 weeks before we played them, and I got laughed off.
And you know, that night I was proud of the team because I thought we
Dixon
played
would
really,
have taken him out.
Exactly.
I was
Dixon and
even though we
Vieira
lost
should
that
have taken
game,
them,
even though we lost
Yeah.
that game, I was so proud of the team because
I
thought
couldn't be.
that was one of the greatest
I couldn't-
semi-finals, FA Cup semi-finals I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because semi-finals are really normally not very good games, but that was a
Yeah.
fantastic.
And the games you normally don't
That
remember.
was two giants.
Going toe for toe.
Toe-
We
Fantastic.
might have won the double and instead they won the treble. See, it's
All this to me is just showing me that when he goes,
Could be a
there's
sad
going to
day.
be, you know, I mean, whoever steps into his shoes, they're going to have some mega shoes to fill. And yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
That's
happy
our
birthday, Arsene.
Yeah, happy birthday,
happy
Arsene.
birthday, Mr. Wenger.
That's our West Arsene Wenger signings. Why don't you tell us yours? Leave your comments in the box below, and yeah, if you're watching
He's
Arsene
got the
Wenger,
same birth sign as me, you know.
Has he?
hasn't
So why are you so
Blimey.
polar opposites then?
Oh, Claude's always calm.
That's been an big Arsenal discussion. Thanks for the guys for coming on. Make sure you subscribe and watch again. Thank you and goodbye.
Feel this way, ain't nobody like us,